I was looking for a little change of pace. And when I saw LEGO Brawlers, I thought it was a side-scroller beat-em-up. I didn't read the description and I bought it on a killer deal. This is something that's happened to many people. And it's needless to say that I was surprised when I launched the game and discovered that it was a mostly online brawl fighter, similar to Brawlhalla or Ducks or Smash Bros. But does that make it a lesser game? Well, let's find out here on Kid Game Breakdown. Released in 2022, LEGO Brawls is an absolute blast and should be a consideration for your next party or get-together. And that's largely because the simple gameplay and cool modes. The first mode is Brawl, which is where you play online matches against random players around the world. However, if you're a parent, you don't have to worry too much about bad actors, as there is no direct communication outside of a few emoji faces and no usernames as well. This means that you can feel safe allowing your child to play while unsupervised. You also don't have to worry about microtransactions either, though I think there might be little grab bags that you can get in stores that have codes that unlock characters for this game, but I'm not 100% sure about that, and at least you have something physical as well. But that's also a huge benefit that there's nothing directly in game, and makes it a killer deal, especially when on sale. The second mode is Party, which is where you can play single player against bots. You can also host local matches with up to 8 people. You can also set up online co-op with friends and on online party mode, which both require invite codes similar to Nintendo's online games. The next mode is Brawlers, which is where you can customize your characters. There are honestly a ton of options here. However, unlocks do seem to be tied with online play, so this means that customization will be stunted after the servers eventually close, which is a little bit sad. We also have collections, which is an easier way to see your unlocks, as well as a ranking system, news section, a help section, and a fairly simplistic options section. When you launch Brawl, you'll be put into the lobby where your group of 8 people will then vote on maps that are tied to specific game types. The first of these types is a control match, where your goal is to control a specific section on the map. This section can also move depending on the map, which is honestly pretty cool. Another mode is Deathmatch, where the first to 15 kills or the highest kills in the time limit wins. There's also Free for Brawl, which is similar to Smash Bros, where each contestant has 3 lives and last person standing wins. There's also a tower build mode where you can collect resources or push or pull carts towards your tower, depending on what the cart is, and the team with the tallest tower wins. And lastly, there's a mode where you collect items either by yourself or as a team, depending on the map. You fight over them and you actually drop some upon deaths, which makes things really interesting, and you have to strategically hunt out people with the highest numbers while avoiding death, which is really fun. I think that the weakest of these modes is the tower building mode, and it doesn't really do particularly well on votes either, but I'd say that all of them are fairly fun and typically offer short matches. The combat is fairly simplistic, but the number of weapon options and abilities really adds to the variety, giving it a healthy mix of luck and strategy feel. I think that it would honestly make for an awesome party game if you have a few controllers, making it a pretty good pickup for adults, especially if it's on sale. I also think that it's a pretty good pickup for kids too. While the online will die eventually, I had no issues getting into any matches, and the security features means that you can trust your children with it completely unsupervised, which is pretty good. However, the offline mode might be a little bit confusing for them at first, but when the servers do die, at least they'll have a way to play the game, albeit with less customization, weapons, and abilities to unlock. So yeah, honestly, I'm glad I picked this up and had a lot of fun playing it. Let me know about games that surprised you down in the comments below. Check out my last video on Disney Pixar's Cars and consider subscribing. Until then, this has been Rob the Slob, and I'll see you in the virtual commute.